Dark reflections.
I saw the light and joined a coven.
Brats in a mall.
All that and more.
Cody, punch Mike Tyson once more.
Mama said to knock you out.
Welcome to episode 5 of the Super Media Brothers podcast. I'm Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okan.
Meow.
You the devil.
I am the devil.
Why are you making fun of me?
Sorry. It's really funny that we're because like I think everything that we're talking about today has it's a lot of legs.
Just like the spore creature from Markiplier video, just.
Oh god!
I'm still in that face.
No, what was that? What was that fucking game that he played?
Spore.
No. There was a game that he played where he was having to stick shift a car.
Oh, I know you're talking about. It was like 2 or 3 of the mini games with it, but basically he would have to shift at certain times to where he would just get like ecstasy for the character. I can't remember the name of the video.
So bad.
It was just shifted the focus to his camera on the face of the character. So basically, every time he shifted, it was just like his face was just going blissful mode. Just
Yeah, because he was basically jacking off a car.
Jerking off the car.
Yes, I think it was called stick shift.
Something like that. Something weird. Loki, quit fucking around.
That's right,
Bitch.
Meow.
What you want?
What you want? He's looking at us like, fuck you, man.
You did that trick on me.
You're a dick.
You're a pussy.
That's right.
Literally.
Yeah. Pussycat. Well, shit, guys. Welcome back. Again, if you're still listening 2 minutes in, thank you. Loki, that is my foot. Your nose is cold, brah. Brah. Kitty cat, brah.
Is he even there? I don't see him.
He's ninja vanish. He's gone. Anywho, yeah. Plenty of things to talk about in the media. Netflix, music, YouTube, some upcoming things.
And again, so much and more. No.
Yeah! So, the one thing I was going to start out talking about is Netflix just dropped season 3 of an original series. It's a British television series called Black Mirror. Holy shit. I love this series. It's like a science fiction dystopian kind of thing. It's an anthology, so there's not a linear narrative. You can probably pick up from any episode and just get right into it.
It's similar to like a Twilight Zone feel.
It really is. A lot of it's technology based though. Each episode has something to do with a piece of technology. I'll give an example. Like the episode that most everybody gets into at first is legitimately like the first episode of the first season, in which the prime minister is coerced into fornicating with a pig on national television because the princess has been kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that episode dealt with how YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, like, years and years ago, news would spread a little more slowly because we didn't have access to the internet like this. Now, something could happen and it's
viral
everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. The next episode, I had to deal with these people that kind of lived in this real, like, kind of like an underground energy spot where they basically would wake up every day and bike pedal for energy, but they would build credits or whatever. Like they would have an amount of credits, and literally everything they did costed something.
Mm-hmm.
Like it cost so many points to have it, like, however much toothpaste you wanted on your toothbrush in the morning, or just to, like, if something came on the TV and you didn't want to see it and you wave it away, it charges you a skipping fee. You know, shit like that. Really good stories. But season 3 just dropped. Every episode's probably between like 50 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes long, depending. And again, they're all standalone stories, but they're really well done, and every one of them feels like a mini movie. And I really like that kind of storytelling because, again, say, like, you know how you watch like a certain TV series and you're like, oh, that episode was good, but this episode sucked, and you kind of have to follow because it's linear. This, you can just jump right in, and it's anywhere in there. I highly recommend it. One of the episodes that was my favorite had to do with spoilers, obviously, because I mean, I'm not ruining an entire like linear narrative here, but this female, she wakes up in a house that's empty, and she walks out, and there's like nobody around, but all these people keep following her with cell phones and recording her, and these people are chasing after her, and she winds up meeting this other female that's trying to get away too. Like, she sees like a group of people that are affiliated with a certain organization that are trying to hunt her down and all this other shit, and it has to do with cell phones and all this other stuff. Well, it turns out, I'm actually not going to spoil it too bad, but it turns out the woman that's being chased has actually done something that she doesn't remember doing, and they show her, and it's really fucked up. It's one of those situations where it's like you don't know who to root for, you don't know who's right or wrong. So
I mostly see the advertisements on YouTube for the show. Like, they have this just random character person just sitting there, and it'll like glitch out and show like this like psychotic side to them, and it'll just keep doing that randomly through the commercial, and that's basically all they tell you. And this is Black Mirror, and it just has a crack goes through it.
Yeah, I mean, literally everything on the show has something to do with like your mentality and like technology. It's a really good show. I mean, I really recommend it to anybody that is looking for something different.
I mean, Kevin Smith was the first person that I heard it from when he mentioned the first episode about the pig and the prime minister or whatever he was.
Yeah.
So I was interested in the concept, and I've been meaning to catch up amongst other shows. I'm on watching it, so
it's definitely worth it though, man. Like,
it sounds like it.
Well, it's one of the things that like you can watch and then come back to. Mm-hmm. And it's always going to be there because the seasons aren't very long. In fact, I think the first season's about 3 or 4 episodes long, and same with the second season.
I was about to say, because it seemed kind of quick to go to season 3 already, because I remember it just being the first season.
Yeah, and I want to say the second season came out sometime last year, but again, they're all kind of miniature movies, so there's really not a need to put a fuckload of episodes out.
True.
But yeah, it's called Black Mirror. It's on Netflix. Check it out. I guarantee it, if you're into any kind of like science fiction, thriller, like kind of dystopian future settings, like this is for you. Promise. Just check that shit out.
We swears it.
We swears it. We swear. Shout out to Devin, SWARE, swear.
Swear.
We swear.
Swear to me.
Swear to me. Where are the other series going?
Hello, Governor.
Hello, Governor. Hello, Prime Minister. Where are the other pigs going?
Where are the pigs fucking?
Where are the pigs fucking?
You filthy swine.
I have to say something. This is going to be fucking
You might as well.
I'm going to. In that episode, they show one of the YouTube comments the Prime Minister's wife is reading. And it says that she's going to be sucking the bacon juice off of his dick. It's so fucking bad. Oh, it's so fucking bad. But again, like that feeds into like the media aspect of like you have to, like, if you're going through that situation, it's like, fuck. Not only do you have to deal with the actual situation, you got to deal with everybody that's got that shit in their head. Mm-hmm. Yes. So
the consequences that come with it.
And this is all before it happens, mind you. So it's like, fuck.
Sucking that bacon grease off.
That's right. So what's new on the horizon with you?
Well, I mean, the whole entire Monster Cat community just blew up within the past month and a half, I want to say, or 2 months. I can't remember how long it's been. Honestly, my opinion, this next album, which is actually releasing on the 14th for 029, probably their best album release by date, in my opinion, because they've not only broken the standards by releasing a lot more new artists within the past couple weeks, but it's just so dynamic how each track, minus like I say one or two, have been above 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Basically rating to me. Granted, the only song that stands out regardless of all songs is Coven's song Silence. And that was the second song they released on that album. And I was fully unaware that they were going to be releasing an EP based off of that song called Come to Light. I think it was Come Into Light, which released today. And I'm still like praising Coven because they're beautiful how they compose and manipulate, and their Kate's vocal range is pretty damn impressive too. I mean, I love her voice. She even did it was a piano acoustic version of Silence with just her vocals and the piano in there, and it was really good. But I was listening to the EP today, and Breathing Me In and Silence are probably my favorite songs so far. I mean, the whole freaking EP is good. I mean, it's only 4 songs, granted.
What does Coven primarily do as far as like the genre?
I mean, it's like melodic dubstep, some drum step, maybe some D&B, electronic. There's usually just dubstep though.
Yeah.
They remind me a lot of Nero, which I'm sure you've heard of Nero.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It had that Welcome Reality vibe to it whenever I heard Breathing Me In and Telling Me.
Yeah.
Especially Telling Me, because it had a lot of that feel of their melodic dubstep that Nero does. So, like I said, I've been jamming out to Coven for the past 24 hours and thoroughly enjoying each session. I was introducing you to that EP earlier.
Yeah, it was really good. I love what I heard off of it so far.
And what was even better was they've released each song off the EP within the past, album length of 29. And this recent release today was the music video for Breathing Me In, which it's a really good video. I mean, it gives you a lot of concepts as to what it could be about, but it's basically this couple drives to a forest and they're having like a little romantic kind of experience going on. And during one of the experiences, the girl's hands start bracing against the guy's back, and she starts burning his skin, like intensely, and he's losing his shit the entire time. He's like casting her out. You don't know what he's saying because you're hearing the song over the vocals and stuff, but he's like casting her away, and she's running into the forest, and she's looking at her arms and stuff, and like she's like smoldering and like catching flames and stuff, and she literally just like personality shifts.
Yeah.
So whenever they meet each other again at the end, like she's literally just like holding her hands out, like with the face of like you did this, kind of thing. So basically, pushing her away was like the worst thing he could have done.
I love everything that I've seen from this and a lot of other recent releases so far. Like I've noticed this as far as Monster Cat is going. Like they're doing a lot more visually now.
Which is what I called when they had, when was it? It was 025. They started releasing this little clip of a random cat basically coming in to stalk the Monster Cat, actual mascot. And this cat had eyes. The Monster Cat just has mouth and ears.
Yeah.
So I was starting to wonder because they were starting to transition to a visual range versus just being music range and audio range. And they started to animate their backgrounds with the releases while they're playing on YouTube videos. They do music videos. They've been doing it for a while before that, but they're starting to do it now more than ever.
Yeah, because to me, their YouTube channel is more or less the doorway to their entire universe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really smart on their part because, a lot of people these days stream music from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why not jump on that?
And I think we mentioned before how they have that FM radio station on YouTube where it's just constantly streaming music.
I listen to that every day when I get in from work. Every day. As soon as I walk through the door, I turn the PlayStation 4 on, throw that sumbitch up on there, and I go about the rest of my afternoon.
And it literally plays everything from day one until now. I mean, there's not like, well, we'll play a section of 024, 018. It's basically anything since the beginning of Monster Cat until the last release they put on there.
Yeah, it's literally 5 years worth of music from a vault that they put out. It's great.
But yeah, besides Coven, I mean, they've been releasing a lot of good stuff recently. Like Grant Bowtie, he was on the label for a while, but he came out with a new alias, basically the same name, just without Bowtie. He came out with a song called "Waking Up," I think it's called, or something like that. I have to look it up. I think it's "Waking Up." There's a duo called Seven Lions and Echo. They were a song called "Cold Skin," which is pretty good. That was Wednesday's release. Drolo, I think it is, did a future-based song called Bon Voyage, which the image of the art kind of threw me off because it was basically like a sports car with a skull in the front of it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it had this really kind of like airy, kind of like uplifting kind of future-based sound. I was just kind of like thrown off, but it was a pretty decent track. Varian's EP came out, or LP, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was an EP.
God, dude, Varian just... To me, dude, they kill it. Or he kills it every fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And so good.
Also, oh man, I almost forgot about this. The whole Matches remixes by Afixa and Stephen Walking.
Oh! Cheers everywhere.
Now, there's only two of them that I really praised, like the hell and back. It's the Fiji Ouija remix and the acoustic version.
Again, Fiji Ouija can do no wrong.
He is God.
He's gold.
Like, he literally puts so much emotion behind any of his tracks and remixes, and this is no exception.
Right? And I have a hard time disliking him or Varian, at all. Like, they're both fucking great.
Which is why their collab was so beautiful and so epic, and people are just... A lot of them don't see the light, basically. They don't understand just how awesome
we are the light.
We are.
We are.
We came to light.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely check out either that version or the acoustic version. I mean, granted... The only one I didn't really care for was Slips and Slurs, because his was just more of like that trap and, I don't know, what dubsteppy kind of sound, which just didn't really fit the song in general.
Yeah.
Subtac did a remix, and Hyper Potions did a remix, which is pretty good too.
You know, it kind of sticks on the Monster Cat topic, but like I was just showing a buddy the Sonic Mania trailer for the PlayStation, and I forgot that Hyper Potions provided some of the music.
The track behind it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Hyper Potions too.
Yeah, one of the three artists that does like gaming based like dubstep or electronic music. Now that Tokyo Machine's a threat now. Gonna be ready for a fight.
Dude, Tokyo Machine is my absolute new favorite thing that's come out of this.
And I got that shirt finally, and I'm so excited.
I seen it.
I love that shirt.
I seen it.
Yes.
I wonder if it was printed on a Tokyo Machine.
I had to fight for it.
That's right.
Party.
But yeah, that's... Fuck yeah, dude.
But I mean, if you people haven't figured out that, you know, Monster Cat is an awesome thing by now, I mean, you need to do it at this point.
What do you mean, you people?
You two people.
That's right.
Both of y'all.
All two of you that listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Y'all need to multiply.
I mean, however you want to do it.
I mean, yeah, we're not telling you exactly how to do it, but you just need to do it.
Crunch some numbers, crunch each other. I mean, however you want to do it.
So,
Solo.
we're gonna roll on this train here.
Man, go ahead.
Okay. We dropped Kevin Smith's name earlier, speaking of the Black Mirror stuff. I'm actually going to talk about a Kevin Smith project that is coming up. He, last year, announced that he was going to start filming a sequel to the film Mallrats that was released in 1995. It took years and years for this to even become a thing. He locked down a location, like a mall. He locked down a mall to film in. He locked down... Over time, I locked down all 18 of the original actors and actresses from the film. He was going to start shooting before Clerks 3. Now, he wanted to start production, but found out that Universal still owns the rights to that. So they entered negotiations to continue it, but they pitched the idea of doing it as a television series. And then Kevin Smith would take the storyline for the movie and just stretch it out a little more over the course of 10 episodes, which I'm all for that because that kind of seems to be where things are going nowadays. Like, you've had Ash vs. Evil Dead that's become a TV series instead of an actual sequel, and that's being very successful. Kevin Smith has actually directed a couple of episodes of The Flash, and he's directing an episode of Supergirl. So he's got his fingers in... the TV side of production because he's primarily film director. What he's doing is pitching this as of when did they say? As of October 9th or 10th. he is pitching this to Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Crackle. He's pitching it to a lot of like exclusive like pay things, which is a good thing also, because if anybody out there knows Kevin Smith's material, it's vulgar as fuck, and he doesn't have to worry about a rating system anymore.
Yep.
He can do what he wants and get away with it. And especially if he's got all the actors coming back, you know, if everybody's game, I think it's going to be good. He's not having to replace anybody. He's getting the whole crew back together. He's writing it. He's going to direct. And he'll probably would take on other directors' views on each episode. But I'm looking forward to it. But he's going to call it Mall Brats instead of Mall Rats. So, I mean, even Jason Lee, Ethan Suplee, you know, I think he said something about if he can't get Ben Affleck to come back, they're going to make a dickload of Ben Affleck jokes just to fuck with him. I mean,
but the horrible Batman vs. Superman movie.
No, I just think they're just going to give him shit just because he's his buddy or whatever.
Yeah, so, of course.
Is that asshole from Fashionable Mail? Like, I can't wait. And I really hope that's what happens, too. If anything, I just want to see Ben Affleck have like a photo cameo of like maybe like a mug shot from him being arrested in the first movie, shit like that. I think it would be absolutely hysterical.
Or end up like on a milk carton or something. Right?
But yeah, I'm excited. I love Kevin Smith's work. I really have been digging the shit out of the newer stuff that he's done, because it's almost like he got reinvigorated with, storytelling again. And I'm obviously going to be looking forward to Clerks 3 when that comes out, but I loved Mallrats. Like, that was probably one of my favorite movies that he's done. Mm-hmm. So to see that he's going to get a shot at revisiting that on a Netflix series or a Hulu or wherever he winds up landing it. The one detail that I do know that I can kind of fill everybody in on is Brody, the character from the first movie, which was portrayed by Jason Lee, has a daughter now. She's all grown up, and Harley Quinn Smith, Kevin Smith's daughter, is actually going to be playing Brody's child in this. So, hooray for new blood in with the rest of the old crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some new pudding.
Huh?
New pudding.
New pudding. With the pudding pop.
Maybe not in that sense, no.
No. But she's great, though. I like her a lot. She's really funny. She's definitely got her dad's sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which is good.
Oh, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully they lock down as far as like getting it pitched and getting it like off the ground, because I mean everybody's greenlit it. He's just got to get it. He's just got to find a home for it.
Mm-hmm.
Which we all know is one of the hardest things about show business now.
I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult this day and age. So
no, and I mean, he's already got pull in television. I mean, like he's doing Comic Book Man on AMC. Then he's got Geeking Out. It's another show that he's doing. I mean, shit.
He'll find something eventually.
Oh, dude, he'd probably wind up putting the motherfucker on YouTube if worse came to worse.
I mean, there's YouTube Red, so I mean...
Yeah, dude, yeah.
They're doing series now, too, so...
Yeah, I could see him doing that, because, I mean, considering he's got his own YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
He does, like, the Fat Man on Batman stuff on there with Mark Bernard and shit.
Which is fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Anybody out there listening, check that shit out. It's fucking wonderful. There's Hollywood Babylon that he does with Ralph Garman. Good stuff. All good stuff. All good things. Good things.
Good things. Yes.
Good things.
Yes, good.
Life. We'll find a way.
The fuck you.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, but that's all I got for that, Home Skillet. Speaking of YouTube...
you suggested this to me and I thought it was really awesome. About doing one of our favorite YouTube channels as of right now. Well, me mostly, since I've watched a good portion of their stuff. Good Mythical Morning.
Yes.
Mostly consistent of Red and Link, which if you don't know who Red and Link is, I mean, you're doing yourself an injustice. They're this comedic duo that probably have some of the more random stuff when it comes to like humor and comedy in general. A lot of the Good Mythical Morning stuff is just based around them doing like a podcast or a live actual show that like we do. And they discuss either topics that are just out there, strange, quirky, or they do what's called Would You, or Can It, or Will It, I'm sorry, that's what it's called, Will It. And what Will It series is basically them doing different types of foods with like a hamburger style setup, or will it taco, will it pizza, and it's not just limited to edible food.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of episodes where they put inedible objects on top of whatever concoction they're making and say, will it actually eat, basically.
What was the fucking one they did with the donut? I don't remember if it was a donut. Like they were like, will it donut? And they tried to do a bunch of fillings for it, and they wound up putting shaving cream in one of them or some shit.
Oh, I think it was I don't remember what that one was. I remember them doing the ice cream sandwich one where they had the crayons. They melted the crayons into the bars. Yeah. And then they put the ice cream in the middle of it, and it was just like wax.
Ugh. I love their blind taste tests that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they get it right or wrong.
Or it's either the blind taste test or it's the one where they actually feel like what's in the little... They have this little box that they can't see, but the other two people can, and they basically put their hands in there and know what's going on. They had this really funny episode where they had a fishing game where they had one side of the table would have a tackle box, and the other side of the table would have a fishing line hooked up on the something, and it was in a hole. And whoever was on that side would either have the option of picking what's in the tackle box or what's on the line. The person on the tackle box side would be able to look at it and basically pull a poker face.
Yeah.
And say not anything about what's in the box, but to throw the person off on the other side.
Yeah.
So they would sit there and pull on the line, not pulling it up, and say, okay, well, maybe I want this instead of what's in the tackle box.
Yeah.
And whatever they choose, they would have to eat, and the other person would get the other option. So there was like one, it was like basically fishing bait that it was sometimes on the line or was actually in the box. So yeah, that was interesting because Link has like one of the most horrible gag reflexes ever because anything he thinks about, he'll throw up.
Oh, yeah, and I've seen it a couple times.
Especially now that he has his own trash can dedicated to him.
Right?
That a fan made of just like all the gold lettering on a black trash can. It was so fucking great.
Right? What I love about this also is it's a week. It's a 5. I think it's 5 days a week that they do this, right? Or is it every day?
I think it's every morning.
It's fucking cool because it's pretty much like, you know, we would wake up in the mornings feeling like P. Diddy. I mean, sorry, wake up in the mornings watching, you know, the news or like cartoons and shit like that. This is pretty much like fun stuff for adults because they do it literally every morning. There's a new episode.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, besides recently, who watches the news?
Yeah, no shit. Like this is worth watching though.
Mm-hmm.
That is very much worth watching. And it's very much indicative of like today's like this generation. You know what I'm saying? Like this sense of like today's sense of humor and like what's deemed like physical comedy, gross out comedy,
slapstick.
Slapstick, informative because it's literally all these things rolled into one thing.
Reminds me of the episode of. They were doing the curative powers of chicken soup, so they put a whole bath.
Oh, yeah!
Both of them in there.
Oh, God, yeah!
But on top of that, they actually had a song that they composed together about that whole entire setup, and it was so fucking stupid, but it was funny.
Oh, dude, this was really cool. At the end of every show, they do, they spin the wheel.
The wheel of
Mythicality.
Mm-hmm.
And we were watching it, and I can't remember, was it, fuck, it was a college from around here that we...
Oh, yeah. Which one? It was up north, I think it was.
Was it UL?
No, UL the east.
I mean, not UL. Damn it.
I don't think it was Northwestern.
No, it wasn't Louisiana Tech either.
It was one of the ones north of us where we live. But yeah, they have one of the college campus kids. They were just like filming a little. They basically what they do is they have like every now and then they'll pick like a video clip that someone sends to them saying, "Hi, I'm such and such, and you're about to spin the wheel of mythicality," basically. Yeah. And they basically had people from Louisiana on their episodes. Like I think it was like twice they've done it or 3 times they've done it. So yeah, they've actually hit home, and it's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I like it too because whatever's on the wheel it's like the most random fucking shit ever.
Like they'll have like Blank the Musical, or they have some random scene that they have to act out that doesn't really make sense, but to them basically.
And it's all improv too.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's another thing I love about these guys is they're good at that.
Because they have their own separate channel based off of short clips and improv sessions and music that they do outside of this whole entire Mythical Morning stuff too. So
yeah, and the fucking crew has their own YouTube channel too.
Good Mythical More, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's like. it's a really great conglomerate of just funny and very creative. It's most definitely one of the more popular YouTube channels, and that's something that you and I will actually like revisit on this show in the future, because between Cody and I, we watch mostly stuff from YouTube. I feel like, and that was getting, especially with the Mallbrats, then Good Mythical Morning, and then Black Mirror. Paid cable is fading away. I don't pay for cable anymore. I literally pay for Netflix, and then I have the Plex account that I have, and then that's how I watch TV, and then YouTube.
And that's how a lot of people are these days too. So,
and I love that YouTube is basically that. Like you got Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Crackle, stuff like that. But then you got YouTube and YouTube Red. And the content, I feel like the content that I pay for, as far as Netflix or like YouTube, anything like that, it's worth way fucking more than paying like $100-something a month for like 200 channels, and you're only ever going to watch like 2 or 3. So why not pay for the 2 or 3 that I would watch and get much more, content?
I mean, with like Hulu and stuff, I was thinking it's more targeted toward like a specific audience versus a lot of like the DirecTV and Suddenlink and cable-based cable.
Yeah, because there's HBO Go now.
Yeah.
But as far Loki's crazy. Meow. Hulu is mostly like the Viacom networks, though. You got like NBC, Nickelodeon, MTV, VH1, like all that shit. Which coincidentally got taken away from some of the DirecTV packages and stuff. Like all the Viacom networks disappeared and everything like that. So they're basically putting everything on a paid.
No, I think the Viacom got taken away from Suddenlink's package, because I remember there was a whole dispute with the Weather Channel being taken away from DirecTV for a while because of the contract issue. But I think Viacom was actually an issue with most of the cable like Suddenlink and Cameron Communications and stuff like that.
I got you. I remember hearing something about like an actual like a nationwide, like I don't remember if it was Dish or Direct, but they had like a number of channels that were like being taken off like nationwide and shit. So I didn't know if that fell into it or not.
I think that was Dish, if that's the case.
Yeah, because. And again, that's what we're getting at. Like, you're paying for shit, and you're not guaranteed that you're going to get what you want.
But see, now DirecTV is coming out with this thing called DirecTV Now, which is basically mobile based, where you just watch it wherever you go versus having a box. And
that's smart, because a lot of people are now using their phones and electronic devices as setup hubs, like for Wi-Fi and stuff. Because
they're always on the go. Why you want to stay home and watch TV? You can do wherever you want.
Exactly. So. And with that, that's what we're saying is, get with these shows that we suggest. It's very much quality entertainment. For the most part, I would say Good Mythical Morning. For the most part, you could probably watch with your, I guess a little family friendly. Some of it's not very family friendly. A
lot of the episodes, they have a lot of families with the younger audiences like coming in. It's like, oh yeah, this is my family, blah blah, and we're watching all y'all since day one or whatever.
Yeah.
So it does appeal to an extent. Yeah, I can see that. But there's still some young audiences watching them. So
yeah, and I like that. That's what we're suggesting, because this show carries an explicit tag, and we normally speak about things that you need to be a little older for, but most definitely like stuff that we speak of like Monster Cat and Good Mythical Morning. Like this is something for the whole family to either listen to or watch. There's so
yeah,
but. Yeah, I think that's all I got for this one, dude.
Yeah, I'm spent here.
You're spent there?
I'm spent there.
You're spent? That's what I'm talking about.
There's no expense.
No, bad no expense. Yeah, is the drummer around?
I think he's somewhere around here.
Is the drummer around here? I wonder
Little drummer boy?
I wonder if Aiden knows. Hey, dude, is the drummer around?
What's the drummer?
The drummer? Like in a band.
Oh.
Can you tell him to cue the music?
Cue the music.
Thank you. All right.
Kind sir.
Thank you, kind sir, young tiny human. All right, well, that's it for this week's episode of the Super Media Brothers podcast. I am Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okami.
Until next week, shades on.
We're off.